Hello and welcome to our ICC Bootcamp webinar for January 22nd. Wow, time flies. And as you can see, we have a maze, and we've beaten the maze so you don't have to. Now we're going to show you how to get your cheese. And so my whole theme this year in terms of pictures will be a series of mazes with little mice and cheese. And why do I do that? Because it's cute. Anyway, are you ready? Are you excited? Because I sure am. Major breakthroughs have happened this week. I am just blown away. I've never worked so many hours and I'm not caught up. But I'm thankful that we've got so many wonderful people on side. We just had a wonderful call with Kuria, and Kuria is super excited because we brought together the first exchange facility, and we now have it in play. And we'll have it up and operational probably first of next week, and we'll be able to issue promissory notes under the guidance of a Pennsylvania attorney that Kuria brought to the table. So big applause, thump on the tables, whatever you can do, make a lot of noise so Kuria can hear your congratulations. What an awesome job in bringing this open-minded, aggressive young man to the table. And so that's just fabulous, and we're well on our way to getting our cheese this year. So I'm going to start by moving forward to sharing screens because there's a lot to cover. We've got an hour, and I want to get all this great information into your hands so you can start to make some educated decisions to come and work the maze with us. So let's go to screen share, and let's find the one I need. There it is. Start screen share. Okay, well, that's changed again. Jeez, they've got new stuff in here all the time. You are screen sharing and presenting to everyone, so you're seeing this big mirror image going a gazillion miles. So we're going to start off with Financial Hope News. So go to legacyassurance.net, 2015-news, HTML, and this is where we're going to start. Now, listen up, everybody. I'm telling you, I had a wonderful webinar last night. You can watch it. My Fuel Club members were given this new tool, and you'll be able to send this link out to anybody and everybody that you would like to have them get involved with My Fuel Club. Now, this is an introductory overview of My Fuel Club for new candidates. I'd urge every one of you to use your BVK, your Zcash, or your chips to buy a corporate platinum membership now. Why? Because it'll give you another $200,000 of earnings this year. And you're going to be sponsoring people anyway. And what better way to get them involved in My Fuel Club so that they can earn their way into that $5,000? They're going to need it. They're going to want it. And so you're going to start off with 150. They can sponsor some people, earn $22.50 in Zcash, turn it into $22.50. Well, actually be half of that, $11.25 in Zcash. It'll give them $22.50 US, which they can get right away. So they can be paid right away. Now, obviously, if they take it in PayPal, not a problem. But if they take it by a wire transfer, they're not going to get any money, are they? So they can accumulate that. And it explains all that on the webinar. And so we're paying right away. And with the advent of our ability to get the promissory notes through our new exchange facility, we don't have the name picked yet, but it's coming. And we'll have it ready next week. So I'm telling you, folks, you want to be involved with My Fuel Club, and you can get it with your Zcash or your chips or your BVK. I'll take any and all. Get your platinum membership. I'm going to give you give you a new ICC membership for My Fuel Club so that you can get paid through that. I'm going to give you, let's see, on that 5,500, you're going to get 11,000 in BVK to your account. You're going to, as soon as you sponsor your first 3 people, I'm going to give you 100,000 BVK. And if you'll sponsor 3 people every month of any membership, you're going to get another 100,000 over the year in USD. And actually it's going to be working out to 200,000. So that'll give you 300,000 between BVK, Zcash, and chips. 300 grand, and all you have to do is get started and sponsor 3 people every month. And you should be doing that anyway. We've got everything in place. It's there. So let's take this awesome little My Fuel Club around the world and help make this world a better place, one member at a time. So I urge you, I implore you, get involved in My Fuel Club. Now, if you're already a member, you need to upgrade. You need to pay the difference. All the forums are on the website, myfuelclub.net or .info, and you can start by paying the difference. But if you're brand new, then just use your Zcash, your chips, and let's get going. All right, so that's item number one checked off. Item number two. Wow, was I blown away with this. This is so darn exciting. We actually have the ability to use BVK directly to acquire retail LHP, which would automatically be resold to Regino, with Regino paying the with the Regino promissory note. Now, something's clicking on my website here, and I can't scroll up. Maybe I can. Wait a second here. No. Oh, look at that. Okay, here we go. Anyway, we'll let it do its little thing. And so the whole power of what you're going to be able to do, here we go. Good. Now I can finish what I was reading. When you get all these things going on at the same time, bandwidth shrinks. A Regino note is legal tender in 88 nations. In fact, we have an attorney in Texas, and this guy is a bulldog. I'm telling you, he reviewed everything that Ben gave him. And he came out with such a positive, glowing report that he's not using a promissory note. He's taking the Zcash directly to the bank. And he told the bank yesterday that he would be bringing payment in full in the form of digital currency, an ICC account full of the Zcash, and the deal is done. And I said to Ben, well, let's pray that it all happens today in favor. And he said, well, actually, the attorney hopes that he doesn't go in his favor because he wants to fight. Oh, that's exciting, because this guy is notorious for winning these kinds of cases. So he'd really like to get one that's current and in Texas under his belt, so he can go and clean clock and take on everybody in Texas using Zcash direct, not even using the promissory note. The promissory note just makes it easier to participate. So anyway, back to the reading. Remember, it's immediately collectible in Zcash, virtual currency, or may be paid with any currency of choice by arranging for Regino to provide a much larger value of documentary funds that are backed by billions of USD on deposit with HSBC. And that's obviously under the control of FIDUS. And this is going to be used for trading or commercial business to take place for USD deposits to be made with a bank. And for the bank to use those deposited funds as collateral and a source of payment for a loan equal to the full face value of the Regino note. That way, the bank does due diligence on the party seeking payment, and the funds used for payment originate with the loan of the bank. So it eliminates the KYC. The bank's fully covering by the funds deposited by Regino if trading is used, or deposited by Texas Holdings if commercial business is used. What a phenomenal situation, because everybody says, well, I got to know where these funds came from. Well, it came from the bank. We got a loan. All right. And so it's all going to be paid back through profits from the trading, borrowed against your CD. I'm telling you, folks, that's awesome. You can use your BVK direct. Now, some of you showed up for a webinar on the 15th of January, and it wasn't there. I was there. I was doing it. It's recorded. It's up. I don't know why you couldn't get on. Now, a couple of items for the Thursday webinar that we covered last week. We've got this new posting, and this is the IRS advisory. This has made a huge difference in so many businesses that we were working with the promissory note. They're all saying, well, if we're going to be taxed on it, it must be real. Well, of course it's real. Well, the IRS says it's real. Well, there's no more fraudulent organization than the IRS. It's not even a government entity. So anyway, long and the short of it is, it's what people perceive. But the good news is that it's always been real, and now it's even made more authentic because the IRS says so. Okay, so there you have it. And those are the updates that I wanted to share with you. Let's go on now to some new information. And so we're going to go over to Think Business Opportunities. And I want to talk to you again about business compensation. So number 101. You can be making really phenomenal money, okay? All you have to do is start participating in bringing businesses to THI, Texas Holdings. And if you bring the business to them, you have a couple of options. That person that you brought can pay the $5,000, or you can pay the $5,000, and you can share big time, your choice. And we can discuss that. We can negotiate that. But here's the deal. If a member of the Internet Catalog Club brings business to THI through which THI earns profits, THI shares in those profits as follows. THI will allocate 1/6 of the profits to the exchange through a commercial LHP process with beneficiary, a Regino LLC promissory note that the member may designate. Okay, so let's just give you an example. Bruce is working right now on a conglomerate of dairy farms, 5 of them put together under one umbrella, $72 million, okay? So 72 million, and what we do is we divide that by 6. And so for Bruce bringing that to the table, THI is going to earn 72 million. It's all profit. All right? So Bruce's portion is $12 million. That could be your portion. So if it's $1 million business, what's $1 million divided by 6? That's what you get. Well, the good news is Bright Star Work Center gets 12 million, and the International Logistics Manager gets 12 million as round. So Gary and Eddie share 24 million. Why do you think I'm working so many hours to get this done? After this webinar, I have an appointment at 5 o'clock my time, which is 10 in the morning New Zealand time, with a law firm that we hope will be interested enough in becoming involved as an exchange facility down under in New Zealand. And then they'll put the deal together with the folks for this transaction. And the amazing thing is that they'll make a fortune doing it. So they win, we win, everybody wins. All right, except for the attorney that's working on behalf of the seller, who has been a stick in the mud and doesn't want to do anything and is actually advising his clients not to go forward. Isn't that amazing? With an attorney like that, who needs enemies? So we're working on it. We're getting it done. And if it doesn't happen, guess what? There's a gazillion other farms out there, and that's going for anywhere on this planet. There's all kinds of farms we should be buying up. All right, let THI buy them, and you can buy them back with Zcash and chips and BVK. Now, if you've got a lot of BVK, it would behoove you to consider doing it 2 different ways, and that's your choice. Obviously, there's some people that don't want to do any work, and they don't want to have to think. And okay, then we've made it real simple. Just take your BVK, get your $5 grand, covers your admin fee, and go ahead and get your promissory note for whatever you want, based on IBOM's ability to allow you to transfer up to 35% of your account holdings to THI. And then you can go ahead and use your promissory note to pay off whatever you want. And you can have that promissory note made out to whoever you want. In fact, if you needed a couple of promissory notes, we could probably arrange to do that as well. So that's what we're going to discuss in just a moment. But I really wanted you to focus in on this opportunity, because obviously, if the institution that you're trying to buy from pays the $5 grand, you're going to make $1,000 from that. Plus, when the deal goes through, you're going to make 1/6, and in this particular case, that's $12 million. So, how many businesses out there are needing to be sold? Well, go ahead and look in the oil and gas industry. Every one of them's up for sale. I was absolutely blown away. I have several websites that I've subscribed to for businesses for sale, and I'm getting 10 to 15 new businesses every day that are for sale. And so if I'm getting that information, you can get it too, and then you can make your proposal, get in touch with the people, show them a better way, show them the Regino promissory note, show them the white paper, show them how they can collect on it. And then if they say yes, then say, well, it's only going to cost you $5 grand to make all this money at full retail, because, you know, I could come in with supposedly a cash offer with USD and easily negotiate you down 25, 30, 50, 100,000. But I'm going to give you full price. So you pay the $5 grand. See how simple that is to negotiate? The challenge for all of us is we've never been taught how to negotiate. And I'm sure that if you went on the internet, there'll be ebooks on how to negotiate. I'd urge you to go find them and start learning how to negotiate, because really that's what it's all about. That's what commerce is all about. And so when we look at commerce, this is what is happening for us. It can happen for you. So we're welcoming you to come and join us and make use of your Zcash, your chips, and your BVK. All right, so we've covered Texas Holdings Compensation, love it, love it, love it. It's phenomenal. You know where the draft is, you know where the white paper is. Using a mortgage busting team membership we went through last week, so I'm not going to go over that again. There's the become a partner. So today's call with the law firm in Christchurch will be getting permission to send them the information on House Services Partnership, the draft promissory note, and the Rahina white paper. And I'll be asking them questions like, do you have banking and escrow in any other country other than New Zealand? So to see if they have correspondent banking in maybe some other countries. And then if they can't use it in Christchurch, New Zealand, they can use it somewhere else. These are all things that you're going to learn if you'll come and work with me. Okay? We'll teach you. Isn't that neat? All right, so now let's go to another website, which is the Employee Gold website. And this has got so much great stuff on it. And what is LHP? Low cost, high value product. Now, I have a new young member that's on board learning, and he's really excited about what we're doing. And he just is reeling with excitement on all these neat concepts that Ben has put together for us. And he said, this is sheer genius. When you look at doing wholesale LHP, he immediately, historical software, what's that? I said, it's obsolete. He laughed. He said, what do you mean it's obsolete? I said, it's useless. But we own it. And you can come and buy it from us for $2,000. And what we'll do is we'll give you 6,000 USD value in Zcash. So you're tripling your money. And when you use your Zcash, you're going to get another 6,000 in chips. So you're getting 6 times value on your $2,000. He says, that's unbelievable. That's genius. I said, so if you don't want historical software, then go ahead and get historical videos you can't even use. Do you have a VHS player? He said, no. I said, so would you ever want delivery? No. I said, would you want 12 grand instead? He said, yes. Well, he said, that's genius. That's phenomenal. You see, that keeps us in commerce. It's not an investment. It's not an investment. It's a commercial transaction where you bought historical videos for $2,000. We gave you 6,000 in Zcash. When you use the Zcash, you get your chips, get you 12 grand. Okay? And it says here, multiple orders for videos up to 100 may be placed at one time. So you can do 100 times 2,000. Then that order goes through. Then we buy it back from you, and you can go and do it again. All we're doing is moving it from one side of the warehouse to the other side. This stuff really exists. Okay? Now, you say, well, those two don't excite me. I want coffee. Well, you really don't want coffee, but we have tons of coffee in El Salvador. All right? 1,000 pounds of coffee, up to 10 may be placed at one time. Oh, well, I don't think coffee's where I'm at. I want to do sand. Okay. All right. Multiple orders for sand, up to 100,000 may be placed at one time. Okay. So I need to bring in some serious money here. And so if I take that 100,000 and I'm a big company and I want to get 6 times the value of what I've got. So if I take the 100,000 times 2,000, that's 200 million. All right. So they come and they buy $200 million worth of sand. All right. And what's that gives them? 2.4 billion. Can they pay off their debts then? Are you starting to see the picture? You should be. I mean, this is huge what we can do for businesses. You should be out there telling every business out there that we can show them how to pay off all their debts, be out of debt, pay off their mortgage, and get this thing going. And again, same thing for oil and gas contractual rights, up to 100,000 times the 2,000. All right. So now you go ahead and you've got yourself whatever you need in value. You can go ahead now and then get your promissory note. Well, then you can bring the promissory note back to the club. And so we come back to the club and we use the promissory note for retail LHP. We pay the 5 grand. And now we can go ahead and use the Zcash that we can obtain. And again, when we use it, guess what? We get the equivalent of chips. And so we can come back and do that again. So the latest edition is we go down to the bottom here and we click on next, or page 2, because there's only really 2 pages. And now we have retail BVK. So you can take 6,000 BVK, which is the equivalent of 6,000 USD. and you can purchase the LHP through this location at a retail value, and it will be immediately and automatically be resold retail in exchange for a promissory note that must have previously been arranged by the party making the purchase through this location. The promissory note will be issued by a Zcash and Chips exchange facility. Now, next week, you'll be dealing with an exchange facility that Brightstar Work Center, because of Kuria's valiant effort, has been created. That's phenomenal. And how long did it take us? Less than 30 days. Now, if Kuria can do it, anybody can do it. And that's not disparaging to Kuria's efforts, let me tell you. He's a hard, diligent worker, and he follows the lead. And he's done a great job. So if he can do it, you can be doing it too. So then it says you must specify. So we're going to have Rahino, which is controlled by another work center, and we're going to have the one that we've created controlled by our work center. And you're going to get a chance to choose. But here's another unique thing that's going to happen once we have these two created. Rahino and the new entity that we create, we're going to be able to buy and sell back and forth and create more and more and more and more and more money through these exchanges. Okay, so you've got the same thing. You've got the videos, the coffee, the sand, and I know some of you can easily do 200 million for a promissory note. So, you know, we got a gold mine here. I'm telling you, this is the biggest gold mine on planet Earth. And I'm absolutely amazed that both I and Eddie have had conversations with members that say $5,000 is too much. Well, I look at that and say, are you going to do all of the work to create the promissory note? Well, I don't know how. Well, then what's that worth to you? You see, that's like saying, I want to come and dig in your gold mine, but I've only got my hands. So how much gold are you going to get on hard ground? Absolutely nothing. You're going to need a shovel. And the shovel costs $5,000. So do what you have to do. Well, you know, well, I have no money. Well, go out and be marketing My Fuel Club. You'll get money real quick. $22.50 out of 150. 20%. Well, actually, you're getting 40% because you're going to get the chips. But the point is you can very quickly get $5,000 by marketing My Fuel Club. And if you don't want to do that, go ahead and do LHP. And if you don't want to do that, go ahead and show the mortgage program. Show all these other wonderful products that we have to get businesses out of debt. Oh, that's work. Well, guess what? That's what it takes. This is a work opportunity. It is not an investment. I just had somebody email me out of the clear blue. Is this investment ever going to pay out? I wrote it back and said, what investment? I don't do investments. I mean, what kind of stupidity is that? Doesn't even tell me their name, doesn't tell me who they are. They just send me an email. Is this investment ever going to pay out? What investment? Wow. I mean, and then they wonder why they're broke. I'm telling you, folks, to have this kind of money, you got to do some work. And the work is really simple. It may not be easy, but I got to tell you, it's a lot easier than physically taking a shovel and digging a hole in the ground to get the gold. You're going to be in the comfort of your own home, behind your computer or on your cell phone, however you work these days. These smartphones are unbelievable. Anyway, you can be doing all kinds of wonderful things, and you can have your BVK used. All right? Now, you're going to use your BVK. It's physically going to be transferred from your account. Once you paid the $5,000, you'll get the coordinates for THI's IBOM account, and you'll transfer it over. And it'll have to be within that 35% rule. So check with your IBOM account, see where you're at, see how much you could literally move to get your self set up. And so you can then one time $5,000. Now what I'm doing is I'm doing a promissory note. I'm including an extra 100,000 in there so that I can get 20 more of the $5,000 admin fees. So I'll never have to come out of pocket again. And then I'm also going to put in to get my $5,000 back. So I can go borrow $5,000 from somebody and say within 30 days, I'll be able to pay you back double if you want. So you can put that in the promissory note. I mean, you just got to come and start learning this stuff. You can be free. I mean, where can you go for $5,000 and in less than a year access your Zcash, your chips, and your BVK and become a multi-gazillionaire. You can't. There's no other place on planet Earth. We have the best opportunity, bar none. Nothing can touch what we've put into play. It's all there for us. And it's all happened because of the grace of God. My personal opinion, of course, but it's just phenomenal that we can do this. So your BVK will be used. And you know, some people are all right with that. I'm not. I'm never going to use my BVK. I'm going to do the extra work, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask BrightStar Work Center to do Zcash credit. And so, yes, I've got to do some extra steps, and I've got to jump from some hoops, and I've got to do some work for BrightStar in sponsoring, et cetera, et cetera. But the important thing to understand is that he'll be showing your BVK. I need to see a peek at your account that you've got the funds. And then we create the Zcash, and then the Zcash, because you're going to get the chips when the promissory note's created, then what happens is the Zcash pays off the Zcash credit. Did I say that? The chips pay off the Zcash credit, and the next thing you know, there's no debt. And your BVK continues to earn whatever percentage it's earning. But you have the choice. A lot less work to just spend your BVK or leave it where it is, do Zcash credit, and follow the yellow brick road to get your cheese. Your choice. Now, there was 2 reasons that it was put into play where BVK was real, is because there's a member in another work center that is in a serious criminal suit with some state government saying that BVK is fraudulent. It doesn't work. Nobody uses it. Well, guess what? That's not true. We'll take your BVK and we'll be able to buy products and services with BVK through the club. Problem solved, case dismissed. That was one reason. And the second reason, obviously, is because we have a lot of people that are outside the club that would like to move forward and use their BVK, and they can do that without having the big learning curve on how to do all these other things. They can just come to the work center, get a membership, and spend their BVK. And we're happy to help them. All right, $5 grand, get your BVK exchanged for a promissory note. That promissory note is real money. Okay, so you can go and use it. Now, you might want to bring an attorney in to help you use it and to make them understand, and that's fine. I would strongly recommend that you sit down with the Yellow Page directory of your phone directory. You know, they don't even have that here in the Dominican Republic. So I just go on the internet and I looked up attorneys, and I sent out one request to an attorney, and I forgot. And I get this request back saying, how can we help you? They spoke English. They now have the Regino promissory note. They have the white paper, and they have the partnership with House. And so I'll be talking with them. As I mentioned to you, at 5 o'clock my time today, I'll be on the phone with a group from Christchurch. Hopefully they'll be on board with us. We've got an attorney out of Colombia that we'll be talking with real soon, and hopefully out of Oslo, Norway. We'll be talking to another attorney there. We should have some attorney coming out of Oregon real soon. And Courier was first out of the blocks to get it done. Again, kudos to Courier. Great work. So again, anybody can do this if they want it bad enough. How bad do you want to be free and have Jubilee this year? Well, I never want to live in poverty again. And I've never lived in poverty. I just haven't had the ability to use these wonderful currencies, and now I do. So I'm going to show the world. Hope you'll come and work with me in the opportunity to take this around the world. Okay, so the next thing we want to go and look at is the retail administrative fee. 500 tickets are required to be included per negotiated order when acquiring retail LHP through the site. LHP, Retail Administrative Fee Promotion Compensation. When a member uses TicketStash USD to pay LHP retail administrative fees, the sponsor of the member and the ICIB Work Center working with the member will accrue chips equal in value to 20% of the cost of the fees. So you can do a chips exchange for cash, and so you get $1,000. So go find 5 people that want to pay off their mortgage, that want to get out of their student loan, that want to recover their business, that want to sell us a property or product or a service. And you can find 5 people that will do that, you've got your 5 grand. If it took you a whole year to do that, is there anything better on planet Earth that you could do to get your $5,000 that will get you set free financially for the rest of your life? So, priority 1, study the materials. Priority 2 is to figure out how you can get your administrative fee covered. One of the things you might consider to do is get 5 people that are club members that are in the same situation that you are in, and all raise $1,000. And then everybody shares in the first promissory note to get administrative fees to go ahead and pay for everybody else. You could get 10 people. You could get 20 people. You decide. Now, if you are in that situation and would like to do that, but don't know any other members, I guess what I could do is you could send an email to me saying, partner me up with somebody who wants to do that. And so I could then contact a few people, or everybody could just send in an email and say, Gary, I'd like to partner up with somebody. And I'd like to share in the admin fee because I can come up with $500 and I can come up with $200 and I can come up with $1,000. And so you could put together a little group and I'll help coordinate it so that you can get your administrative fees for the entire group and you can all be free. But again, there's still work that you need to be doing, and you need to be promoting all of these protocols because we are in a position right now where we've retrained 2 people that have previously been working with us, and they're coming back on a piecework basis to start doing the administrative work. And so we need to be able to continue to pay for those until we've got these big promissory notes through the system, and we've made our profit, and we've got everything done. It's all happening. It's super exciting, and it's ready to move forward. Okay, so we've covered the retail administrative fee, and what is LHP, wholesale and retail. We've done that. Okay, what else we got here that I wanted to go over? Yes, now I want to again show you that you have 2 tools right here that I would be using personally and am using. Taking care of mortgages with the Hino promissory note using addendum 3. This is the exact copy of the document from Business Opportunities under, well, let's just show you where it is. Oops. Back over here under Rahino. Okay, and so when we look at Are You Selling? It's there. The problem is, down at the bottom it says, for information, contact an ICIB Work Center to be assigned a center. Send an email there. Well, does that help you? No. Does it help me? No. So I've gone ahead and I've copied and pasted this document into a document that you can copy and paste, and you can put your information down here. Okay? And I've made the list for the UNCITRAL, UNCITRAL, I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyway, it's there, and you can see the list of the member countries, and it's all there for you to work with. So that's a tool that you can be sending out to businesses and families that are either in foreclosure, would like to pay off a mortgage. And I was talking with Eddie, and I was saying, I think I've got to go and find a real estate broker and ask him if he knows any bank-owned properties. And they said, that's not a good idea. And I said, well, why not? I said, that's perfect, because all of those bank-owned properties have gone through foreclosure. He said, that's right. They've gone through foreclosure, and the bank could care less. They'll wait for it to appreciate, and then they'll sell it. Now, he said, what you really want to do is get to those foreclosure proceedings before the bank takes the property. That's when the promissory note can be jammed down their throat. Now, of course, we're not going to jam it. We're going to suggest very politely, here's a way that you can be blessed handsomely and take this promissory note, and you have 2 ways of getting your funds for the promissory note. You can come back to your account and you can get Zcash, and you can get your chips, and you can double your money. So if it was $100,000 for the promissory note, you'll be able to pick up $200,000. Or you can say, we'll take the promissory note and we'll put it on deposit. And if you'll do that, we'll set up a services contract with you. We'll give you $250 million. And that $250 million will be on deposit under the services agreement. You'll create a CD, and the CD will allow you to take it to trade with a CUSIP and ISIN number. No, we'll take it to trade. We'll use your wealth management group, or we'll use ours, but then that profit will pay off the $100,000 promissory note. So which do you prefer? You've got to learn to negotiate. You've got to learn how to say all this stuff. And the only way you're going to learn how to say it is to say it. So listen to the webinar and start mimicking and parroting everything I'm saying and doing. And pretty soon you'll be saying and doing it too. Now that's powerful stuff. So that document is there for you to use, taking care, and you can find all kinds of people. Phone up a real estate agent, a real estate broker, and say, do you know any properties that are going into foreclosure? And I'm amazed that they've all said yes. So I've sent this document to them, and I said, look, let's work together. We'll share the profits. Let's negotiate the deal, all right? We'll get THI to buy it, and when they buy it, guess what? You can, if you want to become a member, then you can get 1/6. If you don't want to become a member, I'll give you a portion of 1/6. Okay? That's where you can negotiate. Now, the other one that's in here, and I'll be doing one more, which is the student loan one, is the Are You Selling? And this is really powerful as well. Again, it's got room down here. You just copy and paste it into your email or into a Word document or a PDF, whatever you want to use. And you put your contact information in there. Texas Holdings is populating product places in Chips Corner Section 1 and 2 and in Zcash Lockers Section 1 and 2. That is, THI offers to buy products and services paying with Rahino promissory notes. Now, amazingly enough, the people I'm about to talk to at 5 o'clock told Bruce that they've already used promissory notes in the past. So they were very open to hear what we have to say. So don't assume that just because it seems to be new, that it's new to certain people. I mean, certain people already are doing this. Big players internationally already understand promissory notes. It's you and I, the little people, that don't have a clue, and therefore we doubt. Well, I don't doubt anymore. Everything is in place. All right, so you can take this document, send it to a business and say, are you selling? Well, we're buying. We'll buy products and services, whatever you've got, and you can hold it on consignment to be resold through Chips Corner and Zcash sections in exchange for digital currency in the form of chips or Zcash. A seller accepting a Rahino promissory note is responsible for collecting the note by satisfying the note through the transfer of ownership to the note's lawful beneficiary of an Internet Catalog Club account with Zcash equal in value to the USD face value of the note registered in the account, or by requesting from Rahino a set of documentary funds collateralized by a major USD deposits in a major world private bank system by the private bank Fetus Gestation Financiera SOFA. So there's your two alternatives right there. Now they say, well, I don't have a clue about that. Well, look, let's get your lawyer on the phone and let's have him show you how to do it. Okay, and now you get a chance to talk to the lawyer about coming on board, using his escrow account, and we pay the beneficiary to, the beneficiary becomes the attorney. The attorney then disperses out of his escrow account to the various parties that are involved. Now the documentary funds would be used in trading process to produce profits to redeem the Rahino promissory note or notes, and they're issued as per the Uniform Commercial Code and the UNCITRAL, and collateralized and guaranteed payable by the private bank Fetus, which Rahino may present on request to be used as the basis for trading to generate profits to redeem the Rahino LLC promissory note, and again under the UNCITRAL convention. Once the note's satisfied or redeemed, THI would expect the products to be delivered. So they don't even have to deliver the products or services until they got their USD, if that's what they want. So super powerful tool. We can do businesses this way. We can do products this way. We can do services this. We can prepay for anything and stick it up there. And then we can buy it back with our Zcash and chips, create a promissory note. And that's exactly what Bruce is going to do. He's going to buy these farms from THI with Zcash and chips. or BVK, whichever he decides. It's his choice. All right? So he's already paid his $5,000. He's already set to go. Are you in that same situation? Are you set to go? Are you set to set yourself up for powerhouse earning potential this year in doing your business? Because I sure am. And this is my year of Jubilee. And I hope that you're going to come and join with us and learn with us and become a major leader in bringing this world to a better place. It's super exciting. And I'm going to close now because I've got to get ready for this other webinar and conference call. But you've got all the materials here. You've got everything in place. Study it. Get your list of questions. Contact me. Set yourself up with an employee gold using the Walking Billboard Advertising Protocol. And again, you can find that in your employee gold section. This will be the last thing I show you today. You come over here to business requirements. You come down to the bottom of the page, click here to view, click here, there's the My Fuel Club. And now remember, I've already got enough BVK and Zcash and chips to cover any and every person that comes into the Fuel Club forever already. But guess what? When you click here to view the business plan, and folks, this is not the business plan, this is the application. You can see here what I'm going to be receiving in terms of wages for the Walking Billboard Advertising trainees, 100 of them, 10 managers, Eddie and Gary, our consulting fees. That's $10,720,000. But when we use the Walking Billboard Advertising Business Coefficient, we have to pay $66,000. So my first promissory note, it covers this one plus Brightstar. And then the next thing you know, I'm going to end up with $22,520,000 in Zcash, which gives me 45 million in USD. Not too shabby, to say the least. And I've got one that's even bigger for Brightstar. And how many times can I do this? As many times as I want. And that goes for you too, if you're an active Brightstar ICC member. God bless you all. Thanks for being here. I'll post the webinar as soon as YouTube's got it, and you can watch it again and again. And please, get involved with My Fuel Club. Get actively involved in promoting ICC protocols, employee gold. Find those poor people that are being foreclosed on with the mortgage program. Earn yourself some money and earn them some freedom. Great success.